Welcome back, everyone, for today's video. Today I'm going to be going over a rated game of the week played at Chess Zone between Jack Garman, my friend, and Levon Aripetyan. Now, you might be wondering why I didn't play in the rated game of the week today, and that's because I'm in orchestra and I have rehearsals every Tuesday. So sad. So I normally can't come to the rated games anymore unless it's on a weekend or a federal holiday. So, yeah, that's basically the reason I'll not be coming nearly as much. But, and Jack, a little bit about Jack. He's a very avid chess player. He's going to try to gain as much rating as he can in a short amount of time. And currently, he's at 1561, I believe. And Levon, who I've actually drawn, you can look at my video about me drawing him. Yeah, Levon's very underrated. He has a lot of potential, just like Jack, and so this will be a very tense game between the two of them. So, Jack was playing with the white pieces, so that's why I have it from the white side, and without further ado, let's jump straight into the action. So Jack begins the game with e4, and Levon replies with c5, the Sicilian defense. After knight f3 and d6, Jack, probably copying me at this point, plays bishop b5 check, which is what I always do, the canal attack. He knows I like this opening, and maybe he is just copying me, or the fact that he actually likes it and is trying it out for himself. But in any case, bishop b5 check, bishop d7, we get a quick trade, and Jack castles. Levon plays the move knight c6, developing the knight, and Jack plays the move c3, not going d4 right away, because he's trying to have the c-pawn take back, and he'll have two center pawns rather than the flank pawn exchanging for his center pawn. So he's preparing d4. Knight f6, so Levon is attacking the e4 pawn, and Jack logically defends it with rook to e1. Next, Levon played the move g6. I mean, I don't hate this move. I don't really see why it's an inaccuracy. It's very logical, after all. So g6 doesn't really blunder a whole lot, if anything. d4, and Levon played the move bishop to g7. Bishop g5 was what Jack chose to do, and Levon here castled. And the reason white has a slight edge is because white's pawns are more advanced than black's pawns, and white can throw in e5 at some point to try to gain space. So Jack actually, I don't know how much time he spent on this. I'm very proud that he found the move bishop takes f6, because you normally wouldn't want to give the bishop for the knight for no reason. So maybe he was evaluating that giving black the bishop over the knight would be better, because he's trying to go e5. And yeah, the knight was basically preventing the knight could have went to d5 and occupied some sort of outpost. So yeah, I'm quite happy that Jack traded on f6. And after he takes on c5. So I guess the tactic, instead of playing e5, was to win the pawn on c5. Which I did not initially see that, but now I see the point behind bishop f6 was to win the pawn on c5. So nice calculation there by Jack. We get rook a to d8, and c takes d6, queen takes, and Jack played the move knight to d2. I'm not sure why he didn't trade, because, I mean, you're up a pawn here. If we played queen takes, black has to take with the pawn in order to not get forked on e5, and black would just have an isolated pawn. So I'm not sure why Jack didn't trade queens here. I would have done it pretty quickly. Instead, okay, Jack played the move knight to d2. I don't hate this move at all. And here Levon played the move knight e5. And first glance, I would just take it because you're up a pawn and there's not really any drawback behind the move. Instead, Jack played the move queen to b3. I guess he's trying to go knight c4, bring the rook to d1. That's assume what his idea was. Anyway, Levon played the move knight to d3. And here Jack played the move rook e3, which, yeah, computers suggest a very very tactical move, very complicated. I don't know if I would have seen this, frankly, even if I spent a few minutes. Let's play the move e5, and let's talk about why this move is so good for white. Alright, so at first glance, it looks like you're just losing a pawn, right? So what happens if black just takes it? Apparently, white can sack the rook on e5, but the point behind it is that if bishop takes, you have this move knight c4, and you're getting two minor pieces. You're getting two knights for the rook. So basically, yeah, it's an temporary exchange sacrifice, but in compensation, you're going to get two very powerful knights that can gallop into the black position over a rook, and these knights are going to be very powerful in the long term. So that was very hard to see. In addition, if the bishop took, then knight c4 now, and you might be thinking, well, this isn't a fork because I can just... actually, it is a fork. I digress, because I didn't see the rook was attacking the bishops. Yeah, so this is a fork either way. So, yeah, the best continuation for black would be queen c5, attacking f2. And then after rook takes, black could throw in the check, king h1. Black could collect the rook, but then the same situation arises. You would have two knights for the rook, and white would be much better. So, let me go back here. Yeah, rook e3, that loses the advantage. And yeah, queen c6 was what Levon chose to play. And yeah, it looks like e5 is a thing. Let's check. Is e5 a move? It's not a move because it hangs a pawn, because the knight on d2 would be undefended at the end after the... so you can't go e5 yet. Okay, Jack played the move a3. Not quite sure what the idea is behind that move. Rook d7, knight f1, rook d8, e5. Okay, now is e5 because the knight wasn't hanging. So e5 now. Levon played the move knight c5 to counterattack the queen. And Jack played the move queen to c4. And here, after b5 and queen g4 and bishop g7, there's a blunder coming up. That's why I'm slowing down. Knight d4, attacking the queen, queen d5. Knight takes on b5 and knight b3. This is the point where Levon blunders a piece, and Jack, very proud of him for finding this move, he plays the move c4. I don't know how much time he spent on it. Maybe he looked at saving the rook first. But c4, very good tactical vision here. Not having tunnel vision and just moving the rook out of the way. The reason this wins a piece is because... Okay, Jack, stop texting me while I'm doing my recap. c4 is a good move because it attacks the queen, but also it opens an attack on the knight that just went there. And it's an interference tactic, because the queen cannot move somewhere where it can simultaneously guard the knight. So black is going to end up losing that knight on b3 that they put there. So queen c5, rook takes b3, bishop e5, and the rest of the game is pretty straightforward. Jack just, activates his pieces to better squares, advances on the queen side, plays c5, knight d6, bishop f8, knight e4, preparing to jump into f6. Okay, trades because he's up a piece. After rook takes and a5, we get queen f3, offering more trades. Queen to b5, rook f4. And yeah, this is just pretty clean. No need to overthink anything. Queen, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes. Rook f1, rook a1. I mean, Levon's trying for some sort of back rank stuff, but no need to worry. White just takes on f7. The knight can take, not the king. Queen takes c5, queen f6, threatening all sorts of threats, like queen g7, queen e6, queen takes d8. And the best try for Levon is to play queen to d4. Now, you could just take the queen, right, and just be up a knight in this endgame. But Jack finds the very stylish move to end the game, rook f8 check. And black is forced to take the rook, in which case the queen drops on d4. And in this position, Levon resigned the game, and Jack won. So, yeah, this was a very good game played by Jack. He's having a very good rating performance lately. He's almost 1,600 now, and at the rate he's going, I'm nervous he'll reach my rating, and God forbid pass me. So, at the same time, as proud as I am of his level of chess improving, I'm also scared of his sudden improvement and determination to play more tournaments and gain more rating. But yeah, this was a very clean game, no real mistakes. And yeah, I'm going to wrap up this recap by saying thank you guys for watching. Jack, let me know your thoughts on the video. And don't forget to smash that subscribe button below. And until next time,